People who've eaten non-traditional or exotic meats, what do they taste like? Alligator is amazing. Had a tail steak and every inch of it tasted like ribs. We had it in Florida from Gatorland Zoo. When the males get too old aggressive, they remove them from the population. At least that's what 11-year-old me was told. I've had ostrich. It was really good. Tasted like roast beef, but better. I eat buffalo, technically bison often. It's really good and easy to get now where I live. It's in the grocery store. I didn't like venison, or elk, or moose. Had croc, kangaroo, snake. But the oddest one was dugong, because it was illegal except for the indigenous islander, people as part of their cultural connection. The dad was in the hospital for a long time, and the family would bring in traditional food for him, and they offered me some. It was very fatty and didn't have any sort of seasoning. Don't need to have it again. I suck at describing the taste, but the texture of squirrel meat is similar to duck, in my opinion. Squirrel meat is a bit tough and a little gamey, just like duck meat. Whale. It was basically offered to you at about every restaurant and shop in Norway in late February. Maybe it was hunting season, but I was really wondering about the sheer amount of restaurants offering it. So yeah, we tried it. It reminded me a lot of beef fillet, but with a finer texture. Tortoise. Like if you take a bite from chicken and fish at the same time and chew them together. Ostrich. Delicious. Like a mix of 90% beef and 10% turkey. Kangaroo man? Very porkish, kind of dry in texture, like it should crumble. I have trappers in the family. The best tasting unusual foods are probably muskrat and groundhog. They tend to eat crops we grow in other plants, so they don't build up funky tastes as often, it seems. A possum or a raccoon eats garbage and dead animals. And I think they are more oily and not delicious. A part of the good taste of any meat is proper quick killing. Processing of the animal, storing, aging the meat, and the cooking method. Wild boar is it's very gamey and kind of funky, but also has a kind of bacon wine aftertaste. Not as close to pig as you would expect. It's closer in flavor to deer. I've had various tropical freshwater fish in Colombia. They all tasted like trout. Edit. Alright, clearly some other things I've eaten are not considered exotic by me, but are by others. Snails are chewy and kind of flavorless. There is a reason they're doused in garlic. I love garlic though, so I love snails as well. Frog tastes like chicken, but is more chewy. Love chicken, so love frog. I've only had raccoon and rabbit a few times. I seem to remember them tasting vaguely like squirrel, which I've eaten countless times. Squirrel is sort of a family tradition for me. My family are all hunters. I never really got into it myself, but I do participate in this tradition. Every year, on the first day of squirrel season, my family goes out hunting early in the morning, then cleans and prepares their catch, and has a big family reunion lunch. Honestly, it's more of a family tradition thing for me than really loving eating squirrel. It's not bad, but it is not something that I crave. Squirrel tastes a bit gamey. It is very lean. It has a sort of stringy texture like chicken breast, probably a bit more so than chicken. It is quite a bit tougher than chicken, but not so tough that it is difficult to eat. It does not taste at all like duck, but it reminds me of that sort of dark, earthy flavor that duck has. The meat is a medium dark brown, like the interior of a well-done steak. We have done it battered and fried, which gives that crunchy outer texture. But typically, it is cooked slow, sort of stewed, with butter added, which softens it a bit, and served with rice. Crawfish is another traditional food here. Typically boiled whole with spices and served hot. The tail has the majority of the meat. Sometimes the claws are large enough to yield a morsel. It reminds me a lot of shrimp or lobster. Shrimp are very lean. Crawfish have more fat, which makes them more flavorful and gives them a slightly softer texture. The most amazing steak I ever had was yak tenderloin. Imagine the best beef steak you have ever had. Ramp the flavor up to 11 and delicate enough to cut with a butter knife. Got it in a restaurant. Frog legs are great. They are in restaurants everywhere here. Basically like fried chicken legs, except more fat, softer texture, and a bit more flavorful. Sea cucumber, served as sashimi in Japan. Tastes like how I imagine cartilage or tendons from your hands would taste if soaked in mucus. Do not recommend. Jellyfish, very delicate flavor, not at all spicy. Served in an upscale Chinese restaurant in New Zealand on a bed of stir-fried vegetables and a black bean type sauce. Chewy, like the seal on the door of a refrigerator. Do not recommend. Sparrow, great flavor, tiny bones. I had it on a skewer, grilled over charcoal and glazed in a teriyaki-style sauce in Japan. The head was unwelcomely crunchy. I was still hungry afterwards. Do not recommend. Horse, served as sashimi in Japan. Very thinly sliced and dipped in wasabi and soy sauce. Texture akin to flat iron steak. Delicious meaty flavor. Highly recommended. With apologies to neighbor-shares (ostrich). Grilled as a steak at a South African barbecue restaurant in Australia. Tender and lean, texture akin to venison tenderloin. Flavor was beefy and gamey. Highly recommended. Get your head out of the sand and try it. Chicken feet, steamed and unadorned. Tried at a dim sum restaurant in Australia. Taste pretty much like they look. Very little to them, and what is there is not at all appetizing to me at least. Do not recommend. I have eaten groundhog, and it was amazing. I have family that are hillbillies, and they are friends with other hillbillies, and they are the ones who prepared it. It was basically more tender chicken. The bigger, older groundhogs, I was told, are not good. But the one I had was a younger groundhog, and they are the best. I have also had frog legs literally caught, prepared, and served all in the same day, which were also fantastic. Alligator is good too. Reminds me of pork like a good cut-up pork chop. Eel tastes a bit like catfish, but is good. I guess technically, non-traditional, that I have often is venison. I have helped my stepdad clean and process the meat. We had steaks, roast, and ground venison, and I love it. My stepdad does not like jerky, so it was never processed like that. However, my uncle does, and his venison jerky is great. Nutria is damn good, but you may want to cook it in bacon fat or grease. It is damn lean, but you can make so many good dishes from them. Alligator also really good. The best meat is in the tail, but it is all good. Look up some good cookbooks. Really, almost anything is good. The only two things I do not like are anything from a goat-related animal and duck. Goat, rack of lamb, etc. Tastes weird. And duck is just greasy and awful. Though in my current state, I would find some way to make either work. I will pluck the duck for you. Pigeon, squab is delicious, and more people should eat it. Llama is hard as a rock. Kangaroo is hard as a rock. Alligator is okay if the chef is good. It is like tough chicken. Guinea pig is great. Puffin is good, or at least I was told it was puffin. I think that is everything. People think haggis is going to be gross, but it is great. And my husband had the fermented Iceland shark, and it is as gross as they say. I ate tarantula in Siem Reap. It was surprisingly not horrible. It tasted kind of like chewy beef jerky, to be quite honest. I did not love the form factor so much. Also, I do not think it would be healthy for me to ever be that drunk again. But again, it was not horrible at all. I would probably even try it again, stone cold sober. Dogs. On the first day, the meat smells. On the second and third days, it is tender and fantastic. But from the fourth day onwards, our body odor, sweat, and urine smell like a dog. I cannot describe the uniqueness of the taste, but it is certainly not as tasty as pork.edit. The meat was not fried in oil, but boiled in water, and indigenous herbs, chili, etc. were added. Lions taste like chicken, hunted under animal rights laws. Humanely slaughtered. They were killed under preservation guidelines. I got to eat the meat. It is very chicken-like. Dark brown flavor. I have had alligator in the form of extremely spicy sausage. I agree with other descriptions of the texture, but my mouth was on fire for 30 minutes, so I cannot comment on the taste. There's a restaurant near me that periodically serves braised camel, but I have not tried it yet. When I was a kid, I ate what I thought was pulled pork at a family reunion, only to be told it was bobcat. With my family, it could honestly go either way if they were messing with me or not. There were plenty of hunters. Did not realize you could sell coyote, fox, and bobcat at restaurants. The others I could understand, but you would think there are some regulations to prevent that. As a hunter myself, I have tried coyote and mountain lion when I went out west. Mountain lion was not half bad. The coyote was not my favorite. Something does not seem right with this menu, though. I lived in Florida for 24 years, and gator is really good if the people preparing it know what they are doing. Gator tail is a common appetizer, or finger food there, and tastes similar to chicken or other white meat, but with the texture of chewier seafood. Gator is not even exotic meat to me. I grew up in Jacksonville, and even there it was very common. Really good. I do not know how it is served or prepared there, as it says it is on a skewer, but it is usually a safe choice. I have had camel hump before. And it is quite good, but it is a Chinese dish, and I have not had it prepared any other way. So I would not know what a camel steak is like. I had peacock once, and it was okay. Nothing special. Venison is not too exotic and is really good. Some hunter friends of mine from back in the day would smoke a lot of venison and give it to people, so I had a lot of really good venison sausage. Wild boar tastes very similar to domestic boar or pig. Slightly more gamey than pork, and sometimes it has more fat content or sweeter taste. But that is just my experience. Oysters are not exotic at all. Again, living in a coastal state like Florida for as long as I did, I had a lot of good seafood. Oysters are great, but only if you enjoy them. A lot of people cannot stand the texture, and you do not need to listen to people who say, you just have not had them prepared the right way. If you do not like it, you do not like it. It is like candy corn, a very divisive food item. I am probably unusual in that I have had the chance to try a few exotic meats due to my career, spending much of my childhood and teenage years in Maine. I grew up on venison and had the opportunity to eat Atlantic salmon that have been out of the water less than 12 hours. I had moose a few times too. As an adult in the professional culinary world, I have had the opportunity to try bear, boar, snake, emu, ostrich, bison, toro, and gator. I might be forgetting one or two, but that is all I can think of, unless duck belongs on the exotic list too. After reading these, earthworm. There was a book that was really popular when we were kids, How to Eat Fried Worms. So we tried to cook worms. We made a soup out of them and ate it. It was pretty gross. Otherwise, jellyfish, actual bird's nest soup, and chocolate-covered ants were a thing in the 1980s. I am Korean American with a very diverse group of friends. So we eat a lot of what the average white American would consider exotic. Squid, octopus, and eel. Squid and octopus are common in Hawaii. You can find them in many grocery stores. Eel was caught when my friend went diving, so we decided to cook it. I have tried raw octopus too, but I would recommend cooking it because it is really chewy. Also mollusks, opihi. Thanks for watching. Which of these exotic meats surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more comment reviews. See you in the next video.